Bom, bem-vindos ao Kiai Marketing Secrets. Hoje temos aqui uma pessoa, um amigo muito especial.
Sebastien.
Sebastien.
O Marketeur Français.
O Marketeur Français. Este é o meu francês. E hoje vamos falar de uma coisa que muitos de vocês têm falado, que tem a ver com, no fundo, aquilo que nós chamamos de evergreen, ok? Bom, vamos falar sobre Evergreen, vamos falar em inglês, apenas por uma questão de melhor compreensão, e aquilo que vamos fazer é colocar aqui subtitles, ok? Legendas em baixo, vocês só têm que clicar no botãozinho caso não vejam as legendas, cliquem lá no botão e assim vão ver as legendas,
Sim.
ok?
Vamos falar inglês porque ele não fala português brasileiro, então não.
Viram, surpresa, hein? Sebastian domina muitas línguas. Aliás, how many languages do you speak right now?
I speak French, of course. Bonjour, tout le monde. I speak Creole from the French West Indies. I speak English.
Wow.
I do speak Portuguese, but not the right Portuguese, it seems.
Yeah.
I learned from the wrong continent, and I speak Spanish.
Ok.
And I'm learning Italian and Russian.
Sebastian é um dos meus colegas do Mastermind, do Plat Plus, aqui, do qual o mentor é o Jeff Walker, e sem dúvida alguma que ele é a pessoa de Evergreen, ok? Porque vocês têm, muitos de nós sabemos muita coisa, ou sabem alguma coisa, se vocês sabem o que é ser Evergreen, sabem uma coisa, mas uma coisa é saber, outra coisa é fazer, ok? São duas coisas diferentes. E Sebastian é daquelas pessoas que sabe e faz, e ensina. Okay, então vamos lá. So, what is Evergreen?
So, first of all, I'm Sebastian. I'm the founder of the Free Entrepreneur Movement, and I am known for my skill in evergreen sales systems,
Yeah.
meaning building a business where the sales are not dependent on the business owner himself, and so that you can free your time, and you can free the time to have more impact with your customers. You can also free your time to have a strategic vision about where the company is going to be, and you free your time to have more free time.
Yeah, and I would like to interrupt Sebastian because he said free time. So I'm going to ask this question. How many days you work a week?
Eu trabalho dia. I only work 1 day a week, on Thursdays.
So you probably are saying like, I want to do this. So it's going to be very difficult to explain how it's going to do, but it's going to give like a small taste.
Okay, so like the short version of how to run a 7-figure business in 1 day a week, like I do, is you want to figure out, first of all, what is the optimal sales sequence for your new customers. So I'll give an example because you mentioned that you wanted to adapt it to your offline business owners.
Right.
So
yeah.
people that have stores, practices, car dealerships, you sell a physical product or you sell a service that has to be sold and or delivered offline.
Yep.
And you're wondering, how can I automate the sales? Because everybody that talks about sales automation
Yep.
is all online, sending emails and sell a few videos. That's not the same business model.
Exactly. Yeah, that's really awesome.
So I'd like to talk specifically about like how do we do this offline? And here's an interesting statistics. Like it starts with a story. How many of you have ever gotten into a store and a person comes to you and says, "Hi, can I help you?" What do you tell that person?
No, I'm just watching.
Every single person in the world answers, "No, thank you. I'm just watching." Like
Yeah.
it never, ever
Yeah.
happens that like the person just buys right on the spot, right?
Yeah.
So we know that sentence sucks. It's completely useless. You should never train your team to do that. And if you train your team and then they still do that, you should fire that person and hire somebody else. So, interesting stat is that the first 16 seconds of how people are treated determines what they will do in terms of staying in the store or getting out of the store. And there have been some very interesting research, notably in the US. Walmart started it and other companies have done it, that show that out of the people that get out of the store and not buy, more than 70% say that it's because of how they were treated when they came in the store in the first 10 to 16 seconds.
Interesting, huh?
So now what's interesting is maybe by shifting one sentence of what our dealership
Yeah.
salespeople say, we could change everything. And it's also been proven that if you switch the useless "may I help you" question
Yeah.
with a useful closed question, you will dramatically
A few moments later.
So you will dramatically increase the sales. So what do? You ask, so this is a real example from one of my clients. He sells, how do you say that? Mattresses in Portuguese. How is that?
Colchões.
Okay. So he sells mattresses and in the store. So instead of saying, "Hi, may I help you?" a better question would be,
So,
a better question is, "Hi, are you looking for a mattress for your own bed, for your kids' beds, or for a guest room?" Now you like nobody ever will get into the mattress store and not answer the question.
yeah.
They will answer the question.
Yeah, so it's like a kind of micro commitment, right?
Exactly. And as soon as they have answered that question and they say it's for the kids' bedroom, you can say, "Okay, so follow me." And now you have them, and then you can, as you walk them to the kids section of the store, you can train your team to have this little speech that they get to everyone that this is a very special dealership here because
Wow.
we only sell mattresses that have been fireproof tested multiple times. We use X standards of quality. So this is not, of course, this is not discount mattresses that we have here. This is quality mattresses because we want your kids to be able to sleep on them for years,
Wow.
and maybe for the next kid to sleep on this mattress. And it's really important at this age that they have a good development.
So you are nurturing them. right?
Exactly. But basically, you have to build the script that fits within the door and the highest price mattress in the
Right,
store,
Right.
so that the client is less price sensitive and more likely to buy right there in your store instead of going to other stores. So this process that I just explained is how you do it offline. Even though some people might not have a store, maybe you sell on the phone, for instance.
Right.
You have to make sure that what you offer a person that gets in touch with you is always the best converting experience. And to get that, you have to test different things, but always take notes of the results. So when I used to have a dance school, which is a physical business,
Yes.
I would do the same when I was distributing all of the flyers and putting them in the cars, on
Yeah.
cars' windshields.
Mailbox.
I would like make the math. Like today, I can distribute 1,000 flyers an hour. That's about how many you can distribute one person in a large parking lot. So two of us would distribute 2,000 flyers.
Okay.
And then I would make the math. I distributed the flowers in Gloriette parking lot. How many new people did I bring this week as compared to last week when I distributed 2,000 flyers in the other parking lot?
Cool.
So I'm tracking the result of my ads, but
Yeah,
I'm also
yeah.
split testing my flyers. So I went and I printed 500 of flyers that had one script.
By the way, let me explain what is a split test.
Okay, a split test is half of your customers see one version of your script, half of the customers see a different version.
Yeah.
And then you have to measure the results and know which one worked. So in the flyer we said, bring this flyer to get your free class.
Yeah. So it's call to action also.
Yes.
Yeah.
So out of 500 of each, it was easy to find that one had brought 7 new clients, the other had brought 3 new clients. So let's just stop printing the one that's not working. and Let's
Exactly.
print the other one.
So it's awesome. That's really awesome. So how do you connect now that, which is the offline world,
Yes.
to the evergreen?
So let me give you the example of my dance school. So what I did is I wanted to have the system not be something that we reinvent all the time. So after testing, I now know what is my best content, what is the best place to get the leads. So I can now just have somebody else distribute the flyers. I have
Yep.
no more involvement there.
Yep.
And I know that it's worth, in terms of return on investment, that I can pay a student $5 to go
Right.
distribute for an hour. This is random numbers. And then I know when they come, what is the optimal experience that will get them to commit not to one class of salsa, but like 1 year on the spot.
Right.
So I'm giving them a free class, but my free class is structured so that anyone can deliver the class. I don't have to be the one delivering the dance class. It's got a structure. It's like with the welcome and the way we do it and the way we introduce it, the way we put people at ease. Even the jokes are like the same jokes because it works every time to like make people like happy to be there. And the way to present the offer is always the same. So after having that, then you can have somebody else take the spot to do it. And if you have a store right now with salespeople, it would be the highest converting salespeople that would help you build that if you are not currently the person doing it.
Right.
But the principle is, what we want is to have a system that is documented and that is going to be the same every time. So for instance, if I made the sales on the phone, which we did for one of our companies, we have the script, we have like a structured way to get people on the phone, and then on the phone it's always the same script. And so that means that I can hire anyone that has a pulse and a voice to do the phone calls. Well, some people are more smiling and happy, and some people are depressing, so you don't want to hire the depressing people to be your phone salespeople. But it enables you to build this system where you are not dependent on your own skill, and you are, which is also important, you are not dependent on another like salesperson or marketing person skill.
Right.
Because if you have someone that is like a black box in the business, you are dependent and you are at their mercy. They might just ask you to double the salary or leave with the clients or whatever.
Cool. So, let me just say one thing. Bom, se vocês estão a gostar destas questões que têm a ver com Evergreen, então vou fazer aqui uma sugestão, que é, nós vamos continuar a falar, mas agora vai ser no podcast. Vocês vão ter que ir Kiai Marketing Secrets, vão ao iTunes, Kiai Marketing Secrets, ou no vosso Android, pesquisem por Kiai Marketing Secrets, vai lá estar o nosso episódio e vocês podem ouvir até ao fim, ok? Por isso, espero que tenham um grande dia, cheio de força e energia, e acima de tudo, comente aqui, podcast!